What is up, fellas, ladies, thermal enthusiasts in general? Today is a good day. Today we're going to go through a brand new thermal to the US market. What's so interesting about this is, like, this just makes me grateful. It makes me really thankful to companies like Pulsar, iRay, Envision, AGM, Bearing Optics, all these groups that have pushed the boundaries on thermals to where we're getting the kind of technology that you're going to see in this little thermal mounted optic at the price points we're getting them at. And the only reason that happens is because of capitalism and the fact that consumers, especially on the US side, are driving the utilization of these sorts of tools and optics. So let's talk about this. So as it usually goes, I was headed to a coyote hunting tournament last weekend, and I got a phone call last Monday. It was like, hey, there is a serious player, just got shipped to the US, just got his hands on it. He's like, man, I want you to put this thing through the ringer and really let me know what you think. So what is it? He said, well, it's a company called Sensmart. And he said, this company actually produces the units. It's Chinese made. He's like, well, this is one of the largest thermal producers in the world. You just don't know about them. I said, yeah, I've never heard of the company. He said they OEM, they currently make he said on a global scale, from a financial perspective, they're bigger than iRay. I said, you have my attention, what's up? He said, well, they make 3 units, a 25 millimeter, 35 millimeter, and a 50 millimeter optic. He's like, man, I really think you ought to go with 35. I'm like, nope, send me the 50. Why? Because I've been running the Halo XRF, the 50 millimeter germanium lens for 2 years. Very comfortable with it. I've compared a lot of things to it. Most recently, the GH50 and GH50R. I've heard people tell me they have an optic better than the Halo for time after time after time. And in my opinion, I've yet to meet one that actually did. So anyway, he said, when can you use it? I said, overnight it. So I strapped it on this gun, which you've seen before, which is an 18-inch 6-arc. Threw in some of the brand new Hornady 80 grain ELD-VT, the V-Match factory ammunition, and went down and went to work. We killed 10 coyotes this weekend, many with this unit. And I'll go through some of the specs, but I will say very strongly, would I recommend this optic? A resounding yes. I was thoroughly impressed, especially for $31.99. Amazing thermal optics are coming on market for regular human prices. Bazinga. So again, this is the Sensmart TR650. Now, they have a 25 millimeter, 35 millimeter, and 50 millimeter options. The only difference is the field of view and the price point. The prices are ranging from $2,600 up to $31.99, which is the MSRP on this thing. I was thoroughly impressed with the capability of this unit. I'm going to show footage side by side where we did kind of my typical test, not only test it in the field, but then I walk it out, hunt out to 400 yards to just see what it looks like. I put it literally side by side with my Halo XRF, which was a $9,500 scope, and I'll let you make the call on which one you think is better from a clarity perspective. Now, the XRF has a tremendous rangefinder. This one doesn't have it. They will be offering a rangefinder that you can attach to it. How's it going to work? I have no idea, guys. No clue. So the XRF definitely has advantage on it from that perspective. The other thing that I thought I was going to hate was the fact that it has a front focal knob. And the XRF kind of has like an infinite parallax or focus, if you will. And so I really like that because no matter what I'm doing, I don't really have to mess with the focal part. So I thought I was going to hate this. But actually what I found was, man, I really liked it. Our average coyote kill this weekend was probably around 250 yards. And so most of those folks were out there, and I killed 3 of them past 350. However, we did have 2 come in at 80 yards and 110 yards respectively. So I was able to pivot with this focal knob, and you can see, really put that thing in focus. It was really cool, really neat. I didn't think I'd like it, but I actually did kind of like it. The other thing is this is so compact. I mean, the footprint of this versus my XRF is golly, it felt like nearly half the size. And so that was really cool. When I kept reaching for the knob, I was reaching like up here. So I was way out in front of it. And so I thought that was pretty cool. It comes with an interesting mount. As many of you know, the quick detach mounts are great for ARs, but if you're going to run any sort of a bolt action, and I think you see more and more of that happening nowadays, you want something that's going to stretch that optic back closer to your eye, because with a bolt action, you've got to be able to run your bolt, but it's just kind of challenging to get up on your optic like you can on an AR that typically has a more collapsible buttstock. So this comes with this. Didn't have any issues with the mount. I don't know what else to say about it. Threw it on there, zeroed it, and it ran all weekend, throwing in and out trucks and what have you. The other thing is pretty interesting. The menu button, it's just kind of a knob. You hold it down for a more detailed menu. You tap it for kind of a quick setting, you know, I think your brightness, your contrast, some of that stuff. But what I really like about this is your zoom. So really quickly, you can spin up and spin down. I'll try to show some of that. But the one thing about the Halo I really don't like, one of the very few things, is I have to click the button to go to X2, X4, X8, and then click it again to go back to kind of my full field of view. And so it takes a while. So when your heart's racing, you got a coyote coming, let's say you've zoomed in too far, or maybe you smoked that first one and you want to zoom back out to kind of pan the field and see what else is out there. It takes time, and it takes very focused attention. This zip, really like that. Also, the Sensmart TR650 has a picture-in-picture. So I threw the picture-in-picture on there. Another one of the very few complaints I have about the Halo. So that was really a neat feature. Bazinga, guys, what's it run on? 18650s. I thank you, Lord. I thank you, Lord. 18650s, guys. If Trump gets reelected, the first thing I hope he puts and passes is the fact that all thermal optics henceforth have to be run on 18650 batteries. They're awesome. They're cheap. They last a long time. They're rechargeable. I love them. Absolutely love them. So this unit takes one 18650. Now, it claims it runs 8 hours. That was not my experience. The first night, it got down to low 30s, 10-mile-an-hour wind, somewhere in that range, and the battery lasted about 3.5 hours. The next night, it was actually warmer. It was in the 50s. Again, a pretty high wind, but nothing crazy temperature-wise. That battery went closer to 4 hours before we switched it out. So 3.5, 4 hours makes sense. My Halo runs on two 18650s, and often that'll last me 7 to 8 hours. So that makes sense. But the 8 hour that they claim on the website, that was not my experience. I don't think that's true. The other thing is the recording is super simple. There's one button. You hold it down and it starts recording. Now, the other really cool feature about this that I really liked is it also has a feature where it'll record based on your shot. So basically, if you're shooting, you shouldn't be missing recording capabilities. You can turn that off and on. I left it on, but I also made sure to hit record myself just because I've trained myself to do that. The recorded footage is absolutely fantastic. I had somebody tell me the iRay GH50 and GH50R were as good as the Halo. So I was like, hey, cool, send it to me. Now, you've never seen that review. You know why? Because I'm not in this game to trash companies. That's just not what I'm here to do. But I'm also going to tell you the truth about what I think. That optic was not as good as a Halo. No chance, guys. 0% chance. I had them side by side. I ran them side by side. It was cheaper, but it was not in the same category as the Halo. The quality, the image quality just was not as good, period. Also, the recorded video was way worse than what I was actually seeing in the scope. One of the things I like about the Halo is I feel like the quality is as good as what I see in the scope, if maybe slightly even better, believe it or not. I feel the exact same thing about the Guide Sensmart TR650. This thing, I would argue the recorded quality is better than what I see through the eyepiece. And I think part of the reason is one of the knocks I have on this unit is the eyepiece. It's got kind of the fishbowl, the Chinese-made thermals. That's usually the number one complaint guys have is the eyepiece. A lot of guys replace them with, I think the PVS 14 eyepiece, what they're replacing with. But anyway, I'm not going to do that. I just say, though, the eyepiece was a little fishbowly. But again, quality was fantastic. And the recorded video quality, as you can see, and this has been compressed here, and still it's just, golly, it was top notch. When I was watching these kills back, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks better than what I remember it looking like in the scope. So another con on the unit, no sound. The no audio thing, come on guys, do better. No audio, like this is 2024, baby. We gotta have, I wanna hear it. I wanna hear that thump when I hit that coyote. I want that report, I want that feedback. I wanna hear the jokes we're cutting when our buddies miss. So audio, future ads, add an audio, I think that'd be nice. Secondarily, the range finding, again, I don't know what, I don't have one of the range finding units. I don't even know that they're here yet. I think they're gonna be reasonably priced from what I'm hearing. But as far as capability, how good is it? I don't know. The Halo is tremendous. It is a tremendous rangefinder. I put it side by side with $10,000 weapon mounted rangefinder units, and it's usually within a yard or two, all the way out to 1,000 yards. It's really, really impeccable. So not sure on this one. I don't know. So Guide Sensmart, again, is producing more financially at a global scale than iRay is. And what's so interesting about that is most guys have never heard of them. 99 guys out of 100. Matter of fact, probably 999 guys out of 1,000. I had never heard of them. And they are OEMing these parts for these major players and providers. So they're a legitimate company that basically came out and said, hey, we're gonna make our own unit. We're gonna cut some of that middleman fat out. And man, it has shown up because this product is really incredible for $31.99. It absolutely blows my mind. Their US base is in Dallas. So really close by. The other piece of this that absolutely blew me away from a pro perspective, guys, they're giving a 10-year warranty. 10 years. 10. If they do have to service it, it's out of Dallas. So you'll be able to send it there, get it serviced, get it back quick. You're not gonna have to send it overseas or anything like that. So that is another huge key feature of that 10-year warranty. $3,199, a thermal this good with a 10-year warranty, fantastic. Now, they're claiming that warranty is non-transferable. When I talk to the guys, they're like, bro, it's $31.99. You send it in, they're gonna fix it. That's just legal jargon. I don't know, but that is what they said. But either way, if you're buying this 10 years, if you're looking to get in the game at a lower price point with excellent quality, or you want a second optic, or, I mean, gosh, this is so compact. You could really use this scanner, throw it on, kind of use it multi-use. I was incredibly impressed, guys. This, and again, I love my Halo, but holy smokes, freaking nuts. Quality-wise, just pure image, man, it was close. And I really like the zoom feature on this thing. Like I said, on the 25, 35, and 50 millimeter, the only differences are price points and the field of view. And the field of view is ranging from 1.4 all the way up to 2.8 on the 50 millimeter scope. So if you're out hog hunting, doing whatever, 25, 35 is probably more of a choice. You got a lot of close action happening. Whereas if you're doing what I do, mostly coyote hunting, with any kind of distance whatsoever, that 50 millimeter lens is really fantastic. Now they offer this in a 384 and a 640 unit, but at this price point, why are you buying a 384? Don't. $31.99. If you can't swing that, stop, save some more money, and then buy the 640. You're welcome. I'm doing you a favor, guys. For this price point, the variance and the cost of the 384 and the 640, it's so negligible. I'm telling you, it's so much more value. Go with the 640, $31.99. You cannot beat this unit for that kind of money. It's freaking crazy. Another interesting feature, they have a clip-on as well. Now, I can't mention the name, but I can tell you one of these other companies they OEM for, in my opinion, has one of the best, has the best clip-on currently for the money. The absolute best clip-on for the money, and this group OEMs their parts. So I'm not going to mention that name. So that clip-on, I believe, is going to retail for $36.99 is what that price point is going to be. I have not been behind this one, but people that I trust have. What I'm being told is 2x to 8x optical zoom on your daytime optic. You're golden. It's a solid image, holds together incredibly well. You can go beyond that if you don't mind some pixelation, but basically they compared it to some other units that I really respect. And I'm being told for that price, again, it's about $2,000 under the unit, $1,500 to $2,000 under the unit that I'm thinking of. It's being compared by a lot of the guys that I trust to a Bearing Super Yoder C, and at the $36.99 price point, they're saying it is just as good. Some are arguing possibly better. I've not seen it myself, I don't know, but that's a big enough price variance that it's certainly worth considering. So if you're wanting if you're wanting a clip-on in general, if you're wanting one for maybe you're like 22, or you take buddies out, you go out and you have a backup unit or something like that, that's something to strongly consider. The clip-on also has a Bluetooth remote for $150 where you can run the entire unit. I think these handheld remotes are really a game changer. I wish I could run my units from a handheld perspective, because I keep my hands in my pockets, run my units, keep my hands warm, and then when the cows come out, you know, it's time to go. As you know, I'm running helmet mounted thermal setup, so I'm typically got my hands in my pockets, kind of scanning the field, and so to be able to run with a Bluetooth would be neat. Challenge of losing it in the field, potentially, yeah, but at 150 bucks, it's really not terrible, so that's kind of a cool feature on the clip-on as well. One other interesting thing they've done, I have not looked through this yet, but they actually created a thermal fusion monocular. And so what they did is they took the Sony CMOS, which is the Sony sensor, and they built it off of that. And so you can overlay your night vision and you can overlay a thermal image over the top of it. I've not seen it. Again, guys I trust are saying it looks really good, especially for the price point. You can overlay it over night vision, or you can do a thermal only. It also has a rangefinder attached to it, so kind of a cool thing. If we get enough interest, maybe I'll have them send me one and we can do a video on that down the road or something. But just another neat little note, this company, again, they've been OEMing these parts for these major providers enough that it's kind of cool to see them dropping their own stuff. So all in all, what do I think? At $31.99, I think this is an absolute no-brainer. I think if you're looking for a second if you're looking to get in at the lowest price point possible, you need to look these up immediately. I think these are gonna go fast. And you can see from the footage I'm gonna overlay, guys, this is a fantastic unit. Really, really incredible for the money. I also love that it runs off 18650s. I wish the whole world ran off 18650s, as I mentioned earlier, so that is a huge advantage. Again, a couple few cons. The eyepiece, battery life was not what they said it was gonna be. The zoom, which I love, you can accidentally bump it, but so it's a little touchy, but again, you can zoom right back out, so get over it, dude. Like, whatever. Love the recording, and the focal knob, which I didn't think I would like, I actually turned out to like, because I could get much clearer on some of the closer stuff. Only other con I can think of really is this kind of rubbery lens cover. You know, I wish I want like a flip or something, but I don't know how that messes with the focal knob, but that's not the end of the world, whatever. Mount was good. A quick detach mount might be nice. but it's such a small signature. I mean, literally, guys, it's such a small footprint. It's incredible. So, is it better than the Halo? No. The Halo is $9,500. I think the Halo's freaking still one of the best units out there, period, you can buy. But the image, oh my gosh, it was shockingly close to what I am used to in my Halo. The Halo software is trash, as you know. This software is pretty good. It's fine. Transferred video is a heck of a lot easier than you can from the Envision Halo. And just the quality of it for $31.99 and a 10-year warranty, this is to me, this is a no-brainer. My cousin was out there. He runs a Pulsar Trail 2. Side by side, we had the Halo XRF, the Pulsar Trail 2, and this unit. And his words, not mine. He's like, why didn't you tell me to buy this one? And I said, well, you bought the Pulsar a year and a half ago. This wasn't here. It didn't exist. And he spent like $5,500 or $5,800 on that particular scope. He's like, and his words, not mine. He goes, this is way better than my Pulsar. Do I agree with that? I don't know. He uses that unit a lot more than I do. Is it better? I don't know. Maybe. Is it as good? Absolutely. No doubt about it. Is it better than the Halo? No. Is the image quality close? Yeah, it's close enough that it makes me uncomfortable. But the other features of the Halo still make it outrank. But for $3,199, guys, this is an absolute game changer to the world. This is so cool to have thermal optics this affordable at this high of a quality. I just cannot wait to see what's next. So guys, whether you're looking at the $31.99 price point or anywhere up to thermal units in the $100,000 range, give the guys at Strictly Offensive Kit a call. These are the guys that I buy from. Call Preston up. They're going to do consultation with you. I mean, these guys are true professionals. They're consultants. Doesn't matter what your budget is. Doesn't matter what you know about thermals or don't know about thermals. They're going to be able to help you. I really respect that about them. And again, they carry this unit, guys. So they have things, whether your budget is $3,000 or $300,000, Strictly Offensive Kit's going to be able to help you. And candidly, when you leave that phone call and that conversation, you're going to know a lot more about thermal and have a much better game plan than you had going into it. So check them out. I'm going to put their info in the description. Call them up, Strictly Offensive Kit. Guys, appreciate you watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Throw in the comments, let us know what else you want me to check out. Again, I get things sent to me all the time now. You're not seeing all those reviews because I'm not here to bash other companies, but I'm also not here to put my name on anything that I don't like and haven't used and trust and will tell you it's quality. The whole idea of this channel is to help you guys, keep you guys from making the same sort of mistakes I've made money-wise. With that being said, I fully endorse this unit for $3,199. Blows my mind, can't believe it. And till the next video, get out there, practice with your gear, use your thermals, crush things in the field, baby. Love it.